Hello, everybody. It's Melinda from Melinda's Book Nook. I'm so hot right now. It's been a couple weeks since we got together. As you see, we've got our friend back, our blind TBR cart, so we can get to our next book. I'm super hot. I'm telling you I'm hot right now because I'm crazy, okay? So I've been doing a lot since the last 2 weeks. You haven't seen me. I've been in my garden. I've planted my 3 raised vegetable beds. We bought a new raised, it's called a Vigo garden. It's a Vigo garden rather, and it's a big, they're like metallic. And I used to make fun of them. I'm like, wow, it looks like a big old bathtub, right? But now I'm like all sold on it. So I got one and we've filled it. We actually filled part of it with tree, we had cut down some of our fruit trees, and so I put that in the bottom so I wouldn't have to use as much money to spend getting soil, but it still was a lot of soil that we had to put into it. And if I told you this before in the last video, which I don't know if I did, I'm sorry that I'm repeating it, but see, this is what happens. If I don't reach you every week, I lose track of what I've said to you and what I haven't said to you, and so, or what I've shared, I should say. So back to my crazy. So I've been doing other planting in my other beds. I have lots of other beds that I put flowers in. And I've been wanting some zinnias, and I didn't do any from seed this year, and I feel like I'm kind of late to the party. So I went, and one of our local garden centers, I saw they had some. They're a bit leggy because they've been in their pots for a while, but I was like, it's okay. So I snatched some of them up right after I picked up my son. And then in these clothes, you know, I have garden clothes, okay? I have garden clothes that are usually like t-shirts and shorts. And so I had this white shirt on, and I have a skirt on, you can't see it. I'm over there like digging and putting these in feverishly today. Cause I just, one thing that I don't like is if I get plants, I hate having them linger around, then I have to water them and keep watering them, and they should be in the ground. So I like to put them in as fast as I can. So that's why I'm hot. It is hot today, but not that hot. And I might even actually open this window. Hold on one second, let me open the window. Maybe that will help me too. The breeze. Maybe not. And so that's what I was doing. So this is kind of one of those, you know, I don't even know what's titled. This will just be a Friday reads, catch up, whatever, TBR, blind TBR, garden update, like let's get together and chat video, because I don't really have like a theme. I'm kind of all over the place. And that is what I was going to get to when I talked to you about my books. So last month, or this month, let's say, we're finishing it, right? We're the last day of the month, depending upon when you watch this video. And I almost wasn't going to film this video today because I was like, I have these other videos that I haven't edited yet. I've got them in the application. I'm trying to work on them, and I just keep kind of procrastinating. And then I was like, I'm not going to video today because now that video is going to be out of order, you know. And I feel like that doesn't even make sense in the world of YouTube, because some people come in and comment on like years ago, like maybe 2 years ago that I did a video. So it doesn't really matter really in the grand scheme of things. Oh yeah, I always I'm like, I want to do it this way, and this one came this time, and do them in order. So I'm still going to edit those and put them in there, and they might sound like crazy because certain things are already, you know, time has already passed, but I don't care because I did record them and I did want to put them up. So that's my mind thinking about this thing. So let's get on to what I was supposed to be doing this month. So I have to say, I am still on the high of James. I know, I just really enjoyed it. And I don't feel guilty for feeling like all the feels for it, because everywhere I turn, I hear people talking about it, and all of these reviews online, whether it be here on YouTube or it's on Instagram, or if it's, you know, people talking about it on their blogs and stuff. And I even saw something on TV talking about it. So I am not insane. It was such a great read. I just, I haven't really, I have planned on doing kind of like my favorite books of the year, which I always hate because I feel like, you know, it's hard to do that because books have different, they're good for different reasons, right? So to me, it's kind of hard, but I'm feeling like if I was just going on the experience alone as well as the writing, that book just really was just good for me. So I made me so happy, and it was just the first time in a while, because I feel like I'm on a reading slump, and I feel like that was like the first time in a while that a book really just captured me, and just I was there. I was there with James through the whole book. So, a little sip of chai. Friday chai day. That's what it is for me and my son. On Fridays, we go get our chai. Okay, so let's see. I had big plans for May. I did. Did I do it all? No. But I did read. Where is it? Oh, I have so many things. I have so many piles around me. I'm so glad you don't see down here, because down here I've got all my little stuff that I want to talk to you about. So this one is Honor. Oh, I love her. I loved her. I read this. This is my second novel by this author. Hold on. I am so tired right now. Okay, let's see. Yes, I think The Space Between Us was the first that I read of hers. And like I said to you before, she's got so many others that are, you know, I can read at her backlist. So she will be an auto buy, as well as, and she has always been on that list once I read her first book. For some reason, I really gravitated toward it. This one was really a hard read, and a good read at the same time. And I absolutely loved it. And I think that, I think this is her latest, right? This is 2022? Really? I feel like this is the latest. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think this is her latest book. And this is Trudy Umrigar. I don't know if I pronounced her name right, but her books are really good. So this one, it follows, let me get it right. Yeah, she's an American journalist. Her name is Smita. And she's returning to India. She's originally lived in India with her family. And at a young age, something occurs and they leave India. And she comes back to India very reluctant, because she vowed to herself she wasn't going to come back. She was living in New York. She's a journalist. Her life has kind of gone on, and she's doing what she does. Her mother has passed away, so it's her and her father in the United States. And one of her colleagues, which is also her friend, summons her to kind of come to India to help her. She had gotten into an accident, and so, you know, being a friend, she was like, I'm going to go, and the only reason I'm going is because she's, you know, a good friend, and I want to be able to show her that I'm you know, that I'm here for her. So I'm making sure I'm not spoiling anything, so anybody, you don't have to fast forward it. So when she comes, we are put into the position where we are then looking into a case. Her other colleague, who is also a journalist, is looking into this case of this woman that had married a Muslim man, and in that town in particular, the people were not happy with that, and some things go down, things happen. I don't know how much they tell you in the back of here, so I don't want to tell you too much, but they're researching what's going on with this case, and the way that she writes it is so clever, because, you know, she gives you this story of this you know, woman who was born in India, and you get her, you know, the aspects of her coming back to India and how she feels looking through it through the lens of now being Americanized, I guess you want to say, and having that influence, and seeing her country from the outside. So it was a good examination of the contrast and the challenges of coming back home when you've been away so long. And then it talks about the issues of Hindu and Muslims not wanting to be in relationship with each other, and people wanting to stay separate. And so it really did a good job of talking about that in the story, and and all of her stories always talk about, women's rights, particularly Indian women's rights. And it also has in it too, she also has in this one a little bit of romance too, so you get a little bit of that. But you just get pulled into the story, invested. And I'm just going to say there are definitely trigger warnings, because there's definitely some violent things that do occur in this book. So if you're not wanting to partake in that, you might want to steer clear. But if you're up for it, it's a really good book, and it makes you think about things and about how some of the differences in terms of how the Indian population deals with their own. It's just so good. There's heartbreaking moments. There's some interesting kind of lighter-hearted moments. But I am going to read her forever, because I just think that her books are really good. If you haven't read one, definitely read one. If you can get the audiobook, which I finally did, it took a while for me to get it while I was reading this. And then I let it read it. I love it. I love the accents. I love that, the acting ability of the voice talent. So if you can get a hold of this, I would highly recommend this. This is a great read for me. This one was definitely a good one. I was happy about that. Then I had a bunch of other things that I was supposed to be reading, of one of which is not in. Oh my goodness, did I know? Oh yes, it is. I put it here. Okay, so I had options. Remember, I could read this one, Family Lore. I read like the first, I think, few pages of this, and I stopped, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna put this down, because maybe it's just not the time. I love her books. She's just an incredible writer. It's beautiful writing, and so I didn't read this one. I still have this on the TBR, but that was an option. Now this is one that I really wanted to read. I told you guys about, and it's All the Little Birds and Bird Hearts. And I started this, stopped and started. So I am not finished with this one. So it may end up being in June. Although June, I'm feeling like June, I'm definitely going to do the Caribbean. I think it's in June, yeah, is the Caribbean and Caribbean reading. But I feel like June is my birthday month. I want to do romance, and I have stacked up some romances. If I don't do them all, like I almost feel like I want to spread some from June and July, because July is more beach time for me, and August. So, and I like to read those things in the heat with, like, a lemonade, or not really. I don't really do lemonade so much as I used to when I was younger, so much sugar, but like a chai or something, a nice little cocktail or something, and just read it. So I have not defined what I'm going to do, and we're on the 31st, so June is going to be interesting. I haven't even really thought about what I want to do for Caribbean. I don't want to get myself down the rabbit hole. I've been kind of avoiding Instagram because I just don't want to go buy books that I don't need. I have enough Caribbean books that I have in my own possession that I need to read, so I may look at that later on after the time, so I won't feel pressured to want to buy them. But so this may end up still finishing it in this month. It's interesting. It's written really interestingly so far. We'll see with that. All right. So then I don't remember the other ones I told you, but let me get to, oh yes, I showed you these. Okay. Let me tell you why I didn't read some of them start. I started to read this one. I'm so excited about this one coming. I have to be in the right mindset, and I feel like for this one, I need to read it for a good couple hours and get into it to understand and catch hold of the story. Because what it is it's telling, this person has like split personality. What do they call it? Identity disorder, right? Dissociative identity disorder. And the story is told by the different identities. So I'm trying to kind of get those squared in my head, and I was like, I wasn't in the mindset for it, so I'm not going to say that it's not good. The other one was easy to get into. The storyline was great. This one is going to require a little more work for me, so I ditched it. Um, the Davenports is definitely going to be done this summer. I just watched the first part of the new Bridgerton, which was very good. And I thought that this would be like a book version of that. So I may get to that one. The Island of Missing Trees started out kind of like, because I have to like figure out, certain books. I did not realize that this story is going to be told from the viewpoint also of a tree, right? It just didn't sound the same as what the description was back here. I think it's only because I only got in like 20 pages. So I feel like I need to go into this more to be able to get through this one. I feel like this is a pattern, but I also feel like I was really going into a book slump because nothing was taking. There was no traction anywhere. So I couldn't really get traction, and I still want to do it because I know this is a great author, and I know she's a beautiful writer. I think there was a quote like on the first or second page, and I was like, I love it. So I know I still want to read it, right? Now, the one that I did read, and I had higher hopes for, this is The 100 Wells of Salaga by Aisha Haruna Atta, and this was my blind TBR. The story goes back and forth with the two women, and I just wasn't in the mood really to do a slave story, and I think that that's what kind of got me to put this down, and I had to really pick myself up and force myself to keep reading. There were parts where I was like, oh yeah, this is, it was carrying my interest, but I felt like I picked it up and put it down way more than I had thought I was gonna. So I'm glad I read it, but I don't know if, I'm not sure even yet what my rating is on it and how I feel about it. And I think I need to sit with it for a little bit longer. Yeah, did anybody read this? Let me know what you guys think. All right, I'm gonna babble on about that. Babbling on. So I'm not sure again what my June is. I'm gonna come back and do another video, probably next week for sure, because we'll be into June. It's my birthday month coming. And so I will definitely be picking, some books that I think that I might want to read and complete some of the ones that at least I think that I do really want to try to complete this one. I think the other ones that I just didn't start really, I don't really feel so guilty about it. So we'll see. But this one really just was interesting and it's different. I'm trying to get myself to read things also that are different. So let's pick this. I don't know how much time I've been talking, and I have so many things I wanted to share with you. I was going to show you some cards. Maybe I can really quickly at the end, a couple of cards that I've made. But let's pick our next one. Okay. Oh, please let it be good. It's summer. Like, don't let it be a heavy read. Don't let it be like, I don't know. Just let it be something that is captivating, something that I am going to really enjoy. In a minimum of a 4-star read. That is my wish in this pick. Okay, so I feel one catching my finger. It's these two. All right, this is the one I'm gonna do. Oh God, please let it be good. I'm trying to stick to this. Okay, and the winner is 4. Okay, so 4 is up there. 4 does not look thin. 4 is not a thin one, and I cannot pick a different book. I am going to stick with this list. Okay, let's see what 4 is. This is number 4, right? 4. Okay. Hardcover. Now, I can't even remember what books I'd have to go back myself to see what books I wrapped. That's the other thing that's kind of cool about this, because I read so slow. It is very much a surprise. So. I don't know. Okay, so the book that I picked is The Red Queen Dies. It's a mystery by Frankie Y. Bailey. I have several of her books, and because I was, for March Mystery Madness, trying to get, this is several years ago, I was trying to locate as many Black mystery writers that I could, and I think I got this one from thrift.com. I think so. This one is written in 2013 by her. So I think it's a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, kind of, because we see the little rabbit. Wait a minute, let me make sure, because I could be like totally missing this, but it says Frankie Y. Bailey introduces readers to a fabulous new protagonist and an Alice in Wonderland infused crime in this stunning mystery, which kicks off an exciting new series set in the near future. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is part of a series. Huh. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is from Thrift Books. Let's see the sticker. Okay, so it says the year is 2019. When did I say this was written? Okay, so it was 6 years prior. Okay. 2019, and a drug used to treat soldiers for post-traumatic stress disorder, nicknamed Lullaby, has hit the streets. Swallowing a little pill erases traumatic memories. But what happens to a criminal trial when the star witness takes a pill and can't remember the crime? When two women are murdered in quick succession, biracial police detective Hannah McCabe is charged with solving the case. In spite of the advanced technology, including a citywide surveillance program, a third woman is soon killed, and the police begin to suspect that a serial killer is on the loose. But the third victim, a Broadway actress known as the Red Queen, doesn't fit the pattern set by the first two murderers. With the late September heat sizzling, Detective Hannah McCabe McCabe and her colleagues on the police force race to find the killer in a tangled web of clues that involve Alice in Wonderland, The Wizard of Oz, and Abraham Lincoln's assassination. Fast-paced and original, this is a one-of-a-kind mystery from an extremely talented crime writer. It sounds kind of fun, right? And here's a picture of her, if you can see it. So that is going to be our book. It's going to be in June because I just got it. That's number 4. Okay, so you at least know one book that I'm going to be reading. I'm going to keep this because I put that in the book journal. And I always take a picture of it too. So there's that. What was I going to show you? Ooh. Okay, a couple things. One thing that I bought recently, because I started probably a year or 2 ago collecting and purchasing fountain pens, and I found this on Amazon. It's so nice. So like it opens up and it slides out, and I like it because I can just keep like the top 5 pens or whatever, this little case, you know, and have it, you know, it's magnetic too. So it's very cute. I don't know if it's real leather or not, but I like it. Very cute because I can put it in my bag when I go somewhere and I'm good to go. So there's that. And this is something, I like books that they have simple illustrations, but beautiful and complex at the same time. And I saw this book in Target, and there's two to this series, I guess. It's called Big Panda and Tiny Dragon. And it just inspires me, like when you're looking for inspiration when you're creating something. So not only is this obviously inspirational in its artwork, but it's inspirational in its message. But this is the book. So I don't know if you've seen it. If you see it in Target, it's so wonderful. It says, lost in the swirling mist, they fall asleep under glittering stars. It is spring by the time they emerge, and while they sit watching a warm sunrise, it dawns on them that another magnificent adventure awaits. Beloved friends, Big Panda and Tiny Dragon, this might be book 2, through the seasons, journey through the seasons of the year together, and although they often get lost, it leads them to discover many beautiful things. They explore the hardships and happiness that connects us all. They learn how to live in the moment, how to be at peace with uncertainty, and how to find the strength to overcome life's obstacles together. And I'm going to show you a picture inside or two, and you're just going to understand what I'm talking about. Like, they're just so stunning. Hold on. Like this one. This is spring, right? No. But let me, oh, here's one. That one's nice too. They're just so sweet. Very simple. Some of them have color. Some of them don't have color. I'll show you one more. I love this one because, like, look at his little arm there on him, dragon. It's just, it's so incredible. And I have not read it yet. I'm going to read it during my birthday month because it's treating it as a birthday book. But I've never heard of it before, but I just happened to go over and see it, and it's so inspirational. Like, I just love it. I love it. And it's by James Norbury. So if you see it, check it out. You know, and I think it was like 20% off or whatever at Target. So, you know, pick that up. And then the last thing I was going to show you, I just made I've been making some cards periodically, and I just wanted to share. I don't know if I had showed these to you, but these were a couple that I had made. This is a hello card. And then I've been into florals lately. And this one is sending hugs. And then this one is a hello. And this one is a sending hugs, which I use like a really, really beautiful like marble background for it. So yeah, so there's that. My crafting gets smaller because my garden becomes my craft for the summer season. But I am still trying to get in there and do some stuff and learn some things. So let me know what you guys are doing. Have a great weekend. We're having really nice weather this weekend. My husband's gonna run a race on Sunday, and I am not. I don't have that impressed. I can't impress you with that yet. Yeah, so I'm not sure what our plans are. We're thinking maybe we might go to brunch one day. I'm craving some good French toast, some big fat French toast. So I don't know, but let me know what you guys are doing. And thanks for watching. I miss you guys so much. I got to get back on schedule. I don't know how to get myself in. Like I said, I'm in a reading slump, so I think that's why it's kind of like my joy has been not shared as much. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to tell you. So I'm like always late to the party, but everybody's decorating their e-readers. And so I did mine with some patterned paper, and I'm going to add some other things on it. But it makes me happy when I pick it up because it's all glittery and it's really like spring. And so I think I'm going to change it for the seasons as well. I am just on board with that type of stuff because I have a lot of supplies in my craft room, so this is an easy thing. But I was going to put some more things on here, but I kind of just liked it like this, very simple and subtle. But I might add some things or some stickers or something inside on the paper too. So anyway, that's it. Gonna talk to you guys later because I'm pretty sure that I've talked too long and let me know if you fit. You give me a thumbs up if you made it to the end because I see people say that. And I'm kind of curious of who watches my videos to the end. I want to know. I mean, now if I've gotten to this far and you hear me say this, you got pretty far. I'm going to give you points for that. But I do go on, and I know when I've watched a video and I kind of tap, go fast forward, hurry up. But thumbs up if you make it to the end. Let me know. Let me know what you're reading, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.